Hi dear learners, welcome to our YouTube channel Acing SAT and ACT. So I know many of you have just taken the SAT 12th March exam and you're looking forward to having a detailed review of the same. Even if you haven't, this session would help you with those questions which have been asked in the latest exam that has been conducted on 12th of March 2022. So this review would be memory based review. So I'm going to take care of all the questions which have been asked in the recent exam. So we'll be telling you from where did the questions come, was it a recycle test, and which type of questions were asked the most. So this would be again a memory based review of the exam. So before starting the video, I hope you all know me pretty well. I am your top rated verbal ability and reading comprehension trainer with a proven track record of more than 8 years of providing training to people from diverse backgrounds on various courses in India as well as internationally. So I have certifications from various renowned corporates and institutions. And along with that, I teach live on Unacademy Plus. So let's get started and let's quickly dive into the exam review for the 12th March 2022 SAT exam. And let's see what was there in the exam exactly. So if you got any other questions or maybe the test was slightly different for you or in your region, do let us know in the comment section. So as far as the reading test is concerned, so let's start with passage 1. So passage 1 had approximately 10 questions and that was an excerpt from James Baldwin. This morning, this evening, so soon. So if you want to read it or you have not taken the SAT exam or you wish to read it more, what was the text exactly, so you can quickly refer to this excerpt from James Baldwin's creation, this morning, this evening, so soon. Now let's discuss what were the types of questions asked in the exam. Question number 1, very important question where you are sometimes supposed to understand what effect or what impact does a particular phrase have in context of the passage. So that was the same repeated here. So it was based on understanding the main effect of the phrase, and the effect was something like incredible and troubling riches. Question number 2, it is when you are supposed to answer the little picture questions, class. So this was based on interpreting the purpose of the image. The purpose of the image was asked, and the image was somewhat like high flying steel ball. So if you also saw the same question in your exam, do let us know what did you mark for this answer. Questions 4 and 7, these were based on your ability to understand the evidence. So they were evidence based questions 4 and 7. Which choice provides the best evidence for the answer to the previous question? So that means questions 3 and question 6, right? They were all together evidence based questions, right? So although these types of questions do come in the exam, so evidence based questions, you can expect them to be around 10 to 11 in number on your SAT. Now as far as passage 2 is concerned, passage 2 was basically a graphical based passage. It had a line graph and it was an excerpt. It was basically an excerpt from a find in Australia hints at very early human exit from Africa by Anne Gibbons. So you can search for it, you can read the entire text and see if you are able to comprehend that, and you can let us know if that was easy for you or a bit difficult one. Now as far as we have received the feedback from our students, what we have come to know so far is that the reading part was quite easy, although it was time consuming. And when it came to the social sciences passages, as compared to the rest of the passages, they were quite difficult for them to understand. So you can search for these texts and you can read them. You can understand the vocabulary. Now let's come to the question wise distribution of this passage. So questions 11 and 2, they were vocabulary and context questions. So you had to tell what do the words contentious and what does the word occupation means in the context of the passage. Questions 13 and 18, they were based on, support of the idea. So you were given options and you had to select the choice which best supports the idea, whatever was given in the question. So supporting ideas. Question 16, it was how does the writer feel about the topic? So you had to answer based on the author's opinion, or how does the author feel about it. Question number 17, it was an inference based question. So it can reasonably be inferred from the passage that, so it was based on your ability to infer or conclude from the passage. Question number 19, very important again. So where you are supposed to answer the purpose of the paragraph. So here you were asked to answer with regard to the purpose of the last paragraph in the second passage. And questions 20 and 21, they were based on the line graph given in the passage. My God. Passage 3. It was a scientific passage by Patricia S. Churchland titled Brain Trust, What Neuroscience Tells Us About Mortality. Again, some students have found it quite difficult, but you can browse for this and let us know. We'll have a detailed analysis of this text if you people want. So if you want the analysis of these passages, you can let us know in the comment section. So we will be organizing sessions where I'll be analyzing those passages with you. Along with that, we are going to highlight the important vocabulary for all of these passages. But for that, you have to let us know. Now, question number 22 from passage 3. It was a big picture question where you had to see what is the primary purpose of the passages, right? Question number 23, again a very important one, the shift of the author's focus, right? So over the course of the passage, the main focus shifts from what to what, right? So if the shift is occurring in the passage, so from where is it shifting to and to where is it shifting? Questions 24 and 27, they were again vocabulary in context questions, and you had to see what do the words sensitive to and common most nearly mean in the context of the passage. Question 25, which choice supports the idea? Again, we had seen it in the previous passage as well. Question 26. Now, what is the contrast that the author has drawn? What is the contradictory idea that the author has thought of? Question number 30, again an inference based question. It can reasonably be inferred from the passage that. Alright, and question number 31 was an evidence based questions. Which choice best provides the evidence for the answer to the previous question? That means, what did the author conclude in contrast? What was the main contrast that the author drew? So question 30 and 31 were interlinked. So in question number 30 you had to infer. So in question number 31 you had to give the evidence from the passage which led you to conclude or infer the answer. Now let's come to passage 4. Passage 4, they were the most difficult. They were paired passages. So, and questions 32 to 41 were based on them. Passage 1 was an opinion of a judge and in a case between US and Schwimmer. Exactly we have not come to know that, but it's just an overall picture since it is a memory based review. So passage 1 was based about a judge's opinion delivered in a case between the US versus Schwimmer. Passage 2, opinion of another judge in the same case. Now let's come to the question wise distribution. Questions 33 and 37, vocabulary in context questions. Now what can we see from this analysis is that vocabulary in context questions were common, inference based questions were common, and evidence based. And fourth one that we had seen was the purpose of the paragraphs or the sentences. The same was repeated here. Question 34, 35 and 33. 33, 34 and 35, they were individual questions based on passage 1. Question 35 had asked the main purpose of the last sentence of passage 1. Question 36 was, based on your ability to, understand what does the author indicate. Question 37, as I told you, vocabulary in context question. What does the word admission mean in the context of the passage? Let's come to question number 39. Again, individual passage 2 based question. So it had asked based on passage 2, the second author most likely would have responded. Now here you had to predict how would the second author would have responded to the first author's claim. So he would have responded to the first author's claim by, then you had options. You had to see that, okay, what is the most likely chance of his response to the first author's claim. Question number 40, it was based on passage 1. How would the first author have responded to passage 2's claim, right? So question number 39, 40 and 41, they were questions from paired passages, both the passages. Question 41 was an evidence based question. Which choice provides the best evidence for the answer to the previous question? Now let's come to the last passage, passage 5. So it was accompanied by graphs, and some people had found this passage tricky. You can search for the same again and let us know if you want a detailed analysis of these 5 passages. So we'll come up with the analysis sessions. So it was an excerpt from Improbable Destinies, Fate, Chance and the Future of Evolution by Jonathan B. Lossos. And what did this passage discuss exactly? It was somewhat about the Rothamsted Park class experiment. The experiment was aimed at effects of, analyzing the effects of fertilizers on plants. And from this passage, again, the, most common question again was asked here, vocabulary based question. What does the word initiation mean in the context of the passage? Question 46, which choice best helps us to explain why? Questions 47 and 52, 2 questions were based on evidence. Which choice provides the best evidence for the answer to the previous questions? That means questions 46 and 51. Question 48, there was a remark which was given in parenthesis and you had to see what was its purpose. Question 49, it was a figure based question and you had to see what statement does this data support. And question 51, you had to check that based on the passage, which choice helps, account for. Now let's come to the second section, which is writing and language test. Passage 1, questions 1 to 11, taken from an excerpt titled Material Ecology, Design for the Future. Question number 1, which choice establishes the main topic? Very, very important. And they are generally asked in every exam. Question 2, which choice supports the idea in the previous sentence? So there was a sentence which was highlighted and you had to see which choice supports the idea in the previous sentence from the one highlighted, right? Question number 8, you had to see what is that particular option that provides the smooth transition from the previous paragraph to the current one. Question 11, it was the writer wants a concluding sentence that offers a general assessment of the main topic of the passage. So which choice would be a concluding sentence that would give you a general assessment of the main idea of the passage? Now let's come to passage 2, questions 12 to 22, taken from passage excerpt titled Incompletely Complete Art. Question 13 again, which choice sets up the information that follows in the paragraph? Question number 19 was, the writer is planning to add a particular sentence was given and you were asked that, okay, do you think whether he should be doing this addition here? So there were yes, no questions. Question number 21, again, which choice provides the most effective conclusion? In the previous one, we saw that was a transition based question. Passage number 3, questions 23 to 33, titled Giants of the Sea. Question number 24, you had to look for an alternative which combines the sentences at the underlined portion. And questions 25 and 26, you had to see which choice accurately represents the data. So you could answer this question just by looking at the graph. Question 33, again a similar one. The writer wants to add a particular sentence and you were asked for the best placement for that particular sentence. Passage number 4, questions 34 to 44 were based on the last passage. So question 34 to 44 based on passage 4, whose title was Bearing Fruit with Community Gardens. Question 37, which choice combines the sentences? Again the similar one. Question 39, which choice most effectively sets up the discussion that follows in the paragraph? Question 41, again a transition based question. So which choice provides the most effective transition from the previous sentence to the information that follows in this sentence? Question 43, the writer is planning to revise the underlined portion, right? So you were given a revision that the author is considering to revise. So should the writer make this revision? Again, the options were in yes, no with a reason. So you had to select it, okay, whether he should be making this revision or not. Question 44, which choice most effectively concludes the passage? Alright, so all of this was asked in the recent exam that was taken on 12th of March 2022. If you had some different categories of questions, so you can let us know in the comment section. If you want a detailed analysis of just the reading passages for a better comprehension, you can let us know that as well in the comments below. So for amazing tips, strategies, and for a powerful arsenal of test taking strategies which you can apply to whatever you encounter on the exam day, come and be a part of our free special classes where you can interact with me and the other teachers real time. You can ask us any doubts or questions. You can attend polls, live quizzes to analyze your performance in the class, and most importantly, there's a live leaderboard which adds to the fun of competing with our friends and making it to the top. And if you want structured courses, and that too in a very nominal price, Unacademy subscription is there for you. We will be equipping you with all the skills and strategies that you will need to become an expert SAT exam test taker from a newbie. You can learn live from the top educators from the comfort of your home. We would be giving you a comprehensive coverage of the entire SAT syllabus. So come and be a part, and most importantly, we would be giving you mock tests so that you can analyze your performance and focus your efforts where you need improvement. And above all, if you want to speak to us live in the class, we do have a raise a hand feature for all our Plus subscribers. You can get your doubts resolved one-on-one, and you can ask us for tips, strategies, and techniques. Along with that, we will leave no stone unturned so that you get a personalized and highly interactive live class experience. What you need to do, you need to select the plan, based on how much time you have, 3 months or 6 months. Depending on that, Unacademy is giving you plus classes, live classes, recorded classes. So even if you miss any class, you would have access to the recorded class as well. So above that, if you need 10% discount, my code would be the savior for you. So use the code Gurpreet10 if you are planning to join us on the Unacademy Plus, and we would be looking forward to having you all in our fun-filled classes on Unacademy. You can download the app from the link given in the description below, and you can also follow us on Unacademy. Above that, there's an amazing offer that is going on for you, which is valid from 14th of March to 16th of March. We are giving you 20% off all Unacademy subscriptions. For that, again, the only code is Gurpreet10. That would fetch you a discount of 20%. But mind you, this offer would be valid until 16th of March only. And again, as we are saying, our dream is to make you perfect when it comes to the SAT preparation so that you can destroy it with a perfect score. So get one step closer to your dream college abroad. Just, a wonderful investment of 7,200 rupees would fetch you a 6 months SAT subscription, which will give you an access to structured courses, 20 plus full length mock tests, 300 plus hours of recorded content, live doubt clearing classes. But this offer would be valid until 31st of March only, and we are seeing a huge number of students enrolling for our SAT courses. So why wait? Let's get started. And if you subscribe, if you are among the first 100 subscribers, quickly run through it, and if you make it to the first 100, we would be giving you a free IELTS subscription as well. Again, this offer is valid until 31st of March only. And for more such updates, notifications, and premium content, tips and strategies and materials, join us on Telegram, the link of which is already shared here, Acing SAT and ACT. Come and be a part for all the latest updates and notifications. If you report any inappropriate content in the video, you stand a chance to claim a prize if you are the first one to report it. Till then, take care class. Do not forget to hit the like button, share with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more such tips, strategies, techniques, and classes. And don't forget to share, press the bell icon to stay updated whenever a new video goes live. Till then, take care and let's crack it.